morning, everyone. This is Your News Today, streaming on 9 Now and YouTube. Here are the stories making headlines this Thursday. Iran nuclear talks. President Trump right now preparing to meet the Israeli Prime Minister. Plus, a freak ice volcano forms as temperatures plummet in New York. And a slippery surprise. An Aussie gets a fright of their life during a trip to the loo.
But first up this morning, the latest twist in the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie, a man questioned by police, now released without charge. Let's go live to Reid Butler, who joins us from Arizona this morning. Reid, this comes amid word of another ransom note.
Sarah, entertainment website TMZ is reporting it received a note from someone claiming to know who the kidnapper is, but they would only reveal their identity if the Guthrie family transferred around $55,000 into a Bitcoin account. So just another twist in this case that has captivated millions. It is certainly an eerie feeling here outside the home in Tucson where Nancy Guthrie was kidnapped 11 days ago. There was hope last night when police thought they had arrested the man in that chilling doorbell video that was circulating yesterday, but turns out they had the wrong guy. Sarah?
All right. Thank you very much, Reid. Well, Canada's Prime Minister has suspended a trip to Europe after a mass shooting rocked the country in the remote town of Tumbler Ridge in Canada. 9 people were killed, another 25 were injured in the shooting in British Columbia, which took place at a school and nearby home.
The nation mourns with you. Canada stands by you.
King Charles and Queen Camilla have expressed their profound shock and sadness at the attacks, saying they stand in solidarity with the people of Tumbler Ridge and all Canadians.
So breaking news on the Epstein files now, and British prosecutors are holding talks over allegations against the former Prince Andrew. Let's go live to Josh Bavis in London. Josh, these are massive developments.
Yeah, Carl, Thames Valley Police had been assessing a complaint that came to light in the latest batch of Epstein files, and that was that the former prince had been emailing confidential trade and investment information to Jeffrey Epstein in the early 2000s. Well, now the police service has confirmed that it is in active discussions with criminal prosecutors over allegations of misconduct in public office. Meanwhile, over in Washington, Democratic members have been grilling the US Attorney General, questioning her why US officials haven't launched an investigation into Andrew. The former prince has always maintained his innocence despite his long friendship with the disgraced financier. Buckingham Palace has said that it is standing by, ready to help police if any assessment or investigation goes forward. Carl?
It goes on. Josh, thank you. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has just wrapped a meeting with President Trump at the White House. The pair discussed a potential nuclear deal with Iran and the latest on the situation in Gaza.
5 men have been arrested after $14 million worth of cocaine was found packed inside timber planks. Police raided sheds in Lismore and on the Gold Coast, seizing 100 kilograms of the drug. Where the planks came from is still being investigated. Angus Taylor has quit the coalition frontbench, paving the way for a Liberal leadership spill. Let's go live to Conor McGovern at Parliament House. Conor, good morning to you. He could challenge Susan Lee as soon as today.
Good morning, Sarah. Angus Taylor only has 1 bullet in the starter's gun, and he fired it last night. The Conservative walked into Susan Lee's office to quit her front bench, telling her the Liberals are in their worst position ever, and he doesn't believe she's the one to lead them out of the doldrums. Angus Taylor hasn't formally challenged Susan Lee yet. One of his allies will likely call for a special party room meeting where the leadership's up for debate. If that's not today, then tomorrow's the time. But Angus Taylor's ascension is far from guaranteed, Sarah. The numbers are tight.
Conor, thank you. There are fresh concerns this morning ahead of Israel President Isaac Herzog's visit to Melbourne, with fears planned CBD protests could escalate. Police have been granted expanded stop and search powers as thousands of demonstrators prepare to gather at Flinders Street Station this afternoon.
There will be a large police contingent operating in Melbourne. The special police powers under the Terrorism Act relate to specific areas, sites where the Israeli president will be visiting.
Safety concerns have also forced the president to cancel his visit to the Adass Israel synagogue, which was firebombed in an anti-Semitic attack.
Weeks of freezing temperatures in upstate New York have resulted in the most peculiar of sights. There it is. A 19th century gravity-fed fountain to transform into an ice volcano. The phenomenon stands 9 metres tall, formed by thousands of icicles which freeze mid-air, building up over several days of sub-zero temperatures.
Tottenham Hotspurs are on the lookout for another new coach after sacking Ange Postecoglou's replacement, Thomas Frank. Frank left the club after they lost 2-1 to Newcastle at home on Tuesday. The Premier League club now looking for its 6th permanent manager in just 7 years.
They play Arsenal next too, so whoever it is, hell of a start. What we're about to show you is the thing of nightmares. Looking down at the toilet and finding this surprise.
No, thank you. I do not want to see
What
that.
is that?
It's moving.
It's a carpet python, Jane.
Don't worry, Jane, it's moving.
It's been spotted curled up inside a toilet bowl at the Flinders Ranges National Park in South Australia. Oh, rangers were called in to sort out the plumbing issue, as it's been dubbed, before safely relocating the unexpected visitor. Oh.
That stuff happens in Queensland all the time. Let's take a look at the weather across the country now. And after a fine and humid start, we'll see a cool change move up the east coast today, triggering showers for Brisbane, Sydney and Canberra.
A windy and cool top of just 18 for Melbourne, 17 for Hobart, cloudy and 23 for Adelaide, and a fine top of 29 for Perth.
Mass school shooting has rocked a small town in Canada, with 10 people, including a suspected shooter, declared dead.
For more, we are joined by CBC news reporter Georgia Smythe in Vancouver. Georgie, this is just so horrific, and it's one of Canada's worst mass shootings. What are you learning?
Yeah, today is really a chance for people to take stock of what's happened. The news came in late yesterday for us about this mass shooting in Tumbler Ridge, which is a very small community, more than 1,000 kilometres northeast of Vancouver. There is only 2,600 or so people that live in this town. So news has been, dripping out slowly. We're working hard in this newsroom today to confirm some of the details around the victims, the shooter as well. We haven't had an update from police yet today, but we are expecting to hear from them in the next 40 minutes or so. But the sentiment here in BC and in Canada is quite similar, really, to what Sydney and Australia went through on December 14 with that Bondi shooting. Sentiments like, this doesn't happen here. It happens in other places around the world, not in Canada. And so we've had people calling in to our radio shows this morning, just sort of sharing that disbelief, that shock that this has happened in a place where people consider themselves to be safe in schools. Some of these pictures that we've been seeing from those students being walked out of that school with their hands in the air, these are scenes that we see in the US, not in Canada. So this sentiment of disbelief is really strong today.
Georgie, I saw the Prime Minister close to tears during the press conference this morning. Also, just having a look at the landscape there. I know the police there are loath to come out with details quickly in Canada. They really take their time. But is there pressure on them to reveal more about what happened and the reasons behind it?
Yeah, there's lots of pressure for them to release some more details. Details have been very light. As you can imagine too, this is a really small town. For a lot of people that live there, they know who has been killed. They know who the shooter was, and they might have their own theories about motives, but on the perspective from the police, they've been reluctant to release details just yet. We are working hard to confirm some information that has been circulating online. There's been a lot of rumors, a lot of unconfirmed reports of people's identities, that sort of thing. So lots of pressure on police. It is a small town, as I've said. There's been reports of just how small that police detachment is. Lots of resources are flowing in to assist in this investigation, but it's also quite complicated. We have 2 crime scenes. Dozens of people have been injured, in many cases flown through different parts of the province, different parts of the country to receive treatment. So this is a large area to investigate, lots of people as well to follow up on.
All right, Georgie, I appreciate it during a very dark day in Canada. Thank you so much.